Okay, we are live. Nobody in yet for this month's parish meeting. I'm sure there will be soon though. One person joined. Make yourself known. Who are you? One person in. So this first 10 minutes this month, I'll just let people join the stream, and then we'll get going. I do have an agenda this month, so yeah, 7:10 we'll start, but we'll give people a chance to find it, to find where we are. Let's see if I can share this link. Is there anybody there? No, there's no one there at the minute. I did have one. No, I did have one person, but they've gone.
I'll tell you at the bottom of the screen.
No, it's at the top here. It's here. It's there at the top. It should be. I'm live, I promise you. Oh, I know why. It's unlisted. Try that. I'm live. You should be able to see me now. You see me?
No notification yet.
I don't know where it is. I don't know where the thing is. I'm going to end the stream. Oh, wait a minute. There's one person in. 3 people. 3 people in now. What annoys me a little bit though is I can't see my. I can't see my chat thing. Can you see me yet?
No.
Why is this so complicated? Four people in. 4 people in.
There's no chat box.
Yeah, it's there. It's just no one said anything yet.
Okay.
If there's anybody there, please let me know who you are. Right, cool. So if you're just joining us, we're actually beginning this meeting at 10 past because I thought I'd give people a chance to find me for this month's meeting. Here we go. People are starting to join now. Hello, John. Hello, Rachel. So we do have an agenda this week. We'll just give it till 10 past till we've got a few more people in, and might have been able to hear a motorbike there go past. It's quite annoying when you're trying to do a live stream. Hello, Alice. Hello, Sally. I might have to shut the window actually because that's quite loud, isn't it? Can you hear that motorbike? It's really off-putting, I'll tell you. So I wouldn't mind, but we do live on quite a quiet street. But every so often, we do get people that fly up and down, and it's annoying to say the least. This is one good thing about living, in a village as opposed to in a town, because I suppose you do get people like that in villages. We've seen people like that on the channel, haven't we? But generally speaking, you're more likely to get it in an urban area, which is of course where I live. Hi, Dave. Good to see you watch the Summer Leighton episode earlier. We've got a few people who commented on that in one of the Suffolk groups. They were very interested in it. I don't even think the locals knew about the hovercraft thing, which was quite an eye-opening thing for me, actually, because Suffolk is not somewhere you'd expect to find that. So that was quite cool. There's one more of those Suffolk videos, by the way. That's coming out tomorrow. That features Nikki. That's Corton. You'll be introduced to Cornelius. I won't tell you what that's all about until tomorrow. So it's interesting to say the least. So right, we've got 14 people in now. That's good. Give it another couple of minutes. We'll get started. How is everybody anyway? How are we all doing? Yeah, it is quite warm again, isn't it? Nikki's just said it's hot. It's not quite the 40-degree heat we had a couple of weeks ago. That was a little bit extreme, shall we say. And we were mad enough to film in that as well. So you'll see the results of that soon. It was challenging, to say the least. Hi, Jamie. So what we got? We've got Wakefield's represented here. Selby's represented. We've got Bassett Law in here. John, our resident Irishman. No jacket, Sally, because it is a bit warm, and I think, to be honest, I don't really need it. I mean, you're so used to seeing me with it on, aren't you? That's probably what the thing is. I actually considered doing these meetings in a suit and tie, to be honest with you, to make it. Yeah, I don't know whether you heard that. Nikki told me not to be daft, which is ironic considering that when I wear a suit and tie, Nikki quite likes it. That's all I'm going to say, and yet I'm being told not to do it. That's how it goes. Okay, Martin. Hi, Andy. What are your plans for the York area? Very simple. When Selby's finished, that's when York will be starting. It's the logical progression. Finish Selby, straight up into York straight after, and that'll be nice and quick. That one, I should be able to get that one done within a year, within 2023, in fact, because there's only 31 in York, so it shouldn't take me too long to do. So yeah, be quite cool. I'm excited to start York actually. Okay, right. 13 people in. We'll get in there. Give it another couple of minutes, and we'll get cracking. Like I said, I do have an agenda this week. So yada yada yada. Yeah, so York will be a good one. Can't wait to start that. I might actually begin that one with a place that's close to the centre, to the city centre, so that I can actually start the series like outside York Minster or something, just to give it a good intro, because you're not going to find somewhere like that in a village, are you? Mind you, we have seen big religious buildings, I suppose, in villages, but York Minster is an impressive building. If you've never seen it, it's well worth me capturing it on camera. Greetings from Grimsby. Hello. Yes, that's somewhere else I'll be going soon as well. Grimsby. A bit different to York, isn't it? But, mate, I'll go anywhere. Right, let's get started then. So the first thing on the agenda which I don't know whether you've seen it or not. I've got 5 things I want to talk about. Basically, each one is going to be 10 minutes in length. We'll talk about each one in turn. The first thing is the fan photo challenge, the TVI Fan Photo challenge. Now, I introduced you to this in the Parish notice board this past week. If you haven't seen that, I'll explain it briefly. So you know I've got the obviously I've got my YouTube, I've got a Facebook group, and I've got a Facebook page as well. Now the page at the moment and the group, they both have my custom street sign, which should be on this wall behind me, but it fell off a few weeks ago, and it's currently somewhere down the side of my desk. But that's by the by. Both the page and the group have that as the header. And I want to keep that for the page because that really is Village Idiot HQ. It's where I do the most posting. But it doesn't really belong in the group, I don't think, anyway, because the group is not about me. It's about you. And so I asked in the notice board this past week for some photos of you guys with some local landmarks. Email them to me and I'll make a collage, and then that collage will go at the top of the group because, you know, it's your group. It's where you say what you want to say, basically. Now, at the moment, I've got 3 pictures. Rachel, you're one of them. I've got one from Sean, who you may have seen comment on a few things, in these various places. He's a regular. And one from some guy called Vince, who lives in Langold. But at the moment, those are the only 3 I've got. And so, if you have any pictures, right now, my email address, 43mrsmith@gmail.com. If you email them to that, I'll put a link in the description of this live stream as well when I'm finished. Just to remind you if you didn't quite catch that. If you email them to that, then I'll do the rest, basically. At the moment, I've only got 3. So suggestions for landmarks. I mean, obviously, we've got a few. We've got a fair spread of people in here. I mean, I can see we've got people from, obviously, Rotherham's in here. We've got Selby in here. There's a Bassett Law. There's an East Riding. And suggestions for landmarks. I mean, really, it doesn't have to be anything fantastic. It doesn't have to be, like the Taj Mahal or anything like that. It can just be, your local playing field or your, or Nikki said a church or something like that. It doesn't matter really. So yeah, if you just pick something, anything, doesn't matter really. You don't even have to be in it. You don't even have to be in the picture. If the picture is just of the landmark, as long as it's your work and you haven't pilfered it from somewhere on the internet, for example, then all's good. It's all fair. No, it doesn't have to be places I've been to, Dave. It can be anywhere I've been or not been. So obviously there are places which I've been to. You'll have seen where I've filmed. It would be great if someone went to a place that they don't live in, shall we say, that you've actually seen on the channel. So, for example, say you live in the East Riding. If you hop over into, say, North Lincolnshire, to a place you've never been to, and take a picture of yourself with a landmark that you saw on the channel, that would be fantastic. That kind of thing, that would be great. Because that means obviously that it's a bit more dedication, so shall we say, from the fan base. I'm not saying you should do it, but that would be great. You have a photo from Nottingham, Jamie. So let's hear about this photo then. What's is that from Nottingham City Centre? I mean, Nottingham, obviously, it's unparished city, unparished area. So I won't be going into Nottingham. But it'd be great to see some kind of landmark from Nottingham City Centre. There's a nice little suspension bridge. Oh, is that the one in Gilberdyke? The one just coming out of Gilberdyke, Graham? If it is, I know the one you're talking about. I didn't film that in the Gilberdyke episode because when I'd finished the walk around there, I headed back towards Howden because that was the last one I was doing that day. And on the way, I went across that bridge. I know exactly the bridge you're talking about, and I didn't even put it in the picture bit for that, actually, thinking about it. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, you can send me that bridge if you want to. That'd be good. Maybe as well, if you're stuck for ideas, maybe landmarks which I didn't cover, which these days is becoming a little bit tricky because I am getting better at catching pretty much everything. The reason I know that is because some videos I've made just recently, I've been struggling for things to put in the picture bit. I've had to dig really, really deep because that shows you how much more I'm focusing on landmarks around the route. Oh, is that what that was, Alice? Oh, right. Okay. No problem. I'll use that from you then. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I saw that. I saw that, and I thought it was just a general post, to be honest with you. I didn't realize you were sending it for that. Yeah, I'll download that and I'll put that in the collage as well. Of course, we will be seeing that one at some point when I hit Mansfield, which I keep saying I'm going to, but I still haven't yet. I will do at some point. Look through Norfolk pictures, couple from the famous bridges in that area. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Yeah. If you send me some of them, obviously I won't have been to those yet, but we'll be seeing some of them at some point. Oops, sorry, I've just kicked the back bottom of the camera. That's not going to help matters. Yeah. So the idea is to get about 20 or 30 of them, I think. I don't want this collage to be, just a few pictures. I want it to be quite a few. I want to get enough of you there to make a decent sized one. Yeah, Nikki's just said something as well. It can be rotated as well. So I might decide if we get a lot to make one and then make another and just keep swapping and changing. So that you don't get bored of it, I guess. Picture of the oldest town in Ireland. Yeah, of course, John. I mean, obviously it's not England, but there's no reason why you couldn't send me something from Ireland. I mean, obviously, like I said at the top, you are our resident Irish guy. I don't believe there's anyone else, any other regular out there that's from Ireland. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's your group. It's the idea behind it is it shows off the people that are in the group, the people that make the village people. So it's you. And of course, it would be wrong to say that you couldn't send something of Ireland because you live in Ireland. It would be wrong to say you couldn't. So, absolutely, if you've got something of Ireland that you want to send in, absolutely, just send it. I'll put it on the collage. Not a problem. Right. So a couple more minutes. Then we'll move on to the next thing. So that's the basic idea for the group anyway. It's a bit stale at the moment. The group. It obviously gets me posting my video in there every day now, which is a Nikki suggestion, a very good one, I must say. Brains of the operation is our Nikki. But yeah, it's not really about me. It's more designed for you, and as such, that's what we need. We need pictures from you in your local area. When am I back for the caves? Soon, Graham. Soon. I keep putting them off. I do have plans for the East Riding. There's a run of villages which you'll see soon, which myself and Nikki went to up there, and then after that I've got a couple more planned, but they're not the caves. But I will be back for them. So okay, right, let's move on to the next thing. I'll just remind myself what it is. Right, the next thing to talk about is a brand new channel trailer. Now, if you're new, the likelihood is that when you first discovered me and this mission, you'll have gone to my channel and you'll have seen the channel trailer, which basically tells you what it's all about, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, all that jazz. The older viewer amongst you will know, obviously, from yonks back when I didn't have a channel trailer. But the trailer, it still tells you the mission and everything that is to do with it. But it's a bit outdated now. When I say outdated, the visuals, they're places that I went to a long time ago. I mean, for example, when you first start watching that video, the first shot is in Clarborough in Bassetlaw, and Bassetlaw was done ages ago. There are shots in there from there's one. I know there's one from Church Fenton. There's a clay cross in there. There's one from Stocksbridge. It was all sort of shots from the videos I was making at that time. And because of that, I want to update it. I want it to show some of the stuff that's either just been or just coming up. And so I will be making a new channel trailer probably tomorrow. I do have one other video to finish, which I should get done tomorrow as well. And then, yeah, basically I'll make this new trailer. Apart from the visuals, I will update what I'm saying in it as well. I will give it a new voiceover, but it will be along the same lines. I won't change much about it. I'll probably add in some bits and bobs to do with what you can do to support the channel, that kind of thing. I won't make it too wordy because otherwise you get bored of it. But obviously, with me going to newer places now, some brand new areas, I do want other people who haven't seen me before in these new areas to get a picture of what I'm doing and a better idea of where this is going, because it has developed since I made the trailer, which you can see now. So it would be good to give it an overhaul, I think, and just make it a bit more recent, a bit more current. And as such, I can give you a little preview, if you like. Currently, I have quite a pool of footage to pick from to make the new trailer. I've got obviously some bits from Leicestershire, some bits from Northamptonshire, some bits from Warwickshire. That's the trip I went on with Nikki in the 40-degree heat. We'll not talk about the weather, but it was a nice area. I have some bits on the Holderness coast in the East Riding. I've got some nice bits close to Selby. I've got some more West Lindsey stuff that you haven't seen yet, including little preview here. There's one shot in particular from Blighton, which I think you'll like, which I think I'm going to put in it. The one I'm kind of short of is North Lincolnshire at the moment, because I have got plans for that, but at the moment I'm a bit short of videos there. But yeah, I've got a nice little pool. I've got a nice little broad section, shall we say, to pick stuff from. So I'll try and include as many areas as possible in it, so that it covers everywhere that I've been and everywhere that I'm going to be. So I've also got some Suffolk stuff as well. I haven't deleted some of the Suffolk stuff off the laptop yet, so that can be put in as well. So oh, hi Dexter. Did you get into the group, by the way? You were asking me about that on YouTube yesterday. I don't know whether I never got a notification about it. You said you were struggling to join. I don't know whether it's different for people that live in the US, because for those who don't know, Dexter, who's just commented there, he's my certainly my biggest fan in America. I do have some overseas people who watch me. He's got links to some places in North Lincolnshire and West Lindsey, particularly Brocklesby, which I haven't done yet, but obviously it's related to Great Limber, which came out a few weeks ago. So yeah, you can send me that picture by all means. You can send me that. I can use that, not a problem. Yeah, so absolutely. So Up to now, then, we've had channel trailer and collage. Any pictures you want to send, that'd be great. I think I've pretty much done the trailer to death. Is there any particular area which I've been to recently that you'd like to see in the new trailer? Just out of interest, because I don't really want to leave places out. Because like I said, I want it to cover most areas. Is there any way you desperately want me to make sure I include if I've been there or not? Could be interesting. If not, I'll just do basically one from each area or something like that, just to make sure most things are covered. Ooh. Okay, Scotter. I haven't been to Scotter yet, Sean. Although I can be quite close. I can give you Scotton, because that is a West Lindsey episode that's coming up very soon. In fact, it'll be out in about 4 weeks' time. Little preview there for you. Cottingham, not been there either. So I'll tell you what, though, even though I've not been to these places, it doesn't matter, because there's nothing to stop me uploading the trailer and then including them at a later date. Just changing them out and swapping the video about. Nothing wrong with that. I can do that. Not much. It's not much effort, to be honest. It's only changing one shot and re-uploading it again. It's not a problem. So we went to a gig in Cottingham a couple of years ago. Yes, we saw Newton Faulkner there. I don't know whether any of you are familiar with him, but it was Cottingham Folk Festival we were attending. I think it was in the Village Hall. I'm trying to think. It's the venue in question. If you know Cottingham, if you know where I think it's a co-op. I'm not totally sure. Oh, Nikki's nodding. Yes, a co-op. Opposite the co-op, there's like a little car park. That's like a little market square, and the venue in question is in that market square. I think it's the Village Hall. It was quite a good gig, actually. Went on quite late as well, and it was really, really hot too. And all 3 girls were with us, and they were gasping for breath by the end. Thing is, with Newton Faulkner, he plays quite long sets. He was on stage for a fantastically long time. So yeah, definitely value for money. But that's the good thing about Cottingham. It holds this folk festival every year. I keep getting emails for it, actually. Do you as well, Nikki? Yeah, keep getting emails for it. So that's something I will talk about when I do Cottingham. Anywhere close to Coventry would be good. Yes, John, that's not a problem, because we, like I said, we went down to the Midlands on our last trip, Warwickshire, Northamptonshire and Leicestershire. The 4 that I did in Warwickshire are within touching distance of Coventry, so I will include some footage from them. We even considered going to Binley Mega Chippy. I don't know whether you've heard of that. That's in Coventry. We didn't, because it was too blooming hot. Most of the time when we weren't filming down there, by the way, was spent at a little Lidl. So where we were, it was an Aldi. Sorry, not a little Lidl's. And there was an Aldi across from the hotel on this lovely little oasis down by the side of the River Swift, and that was the coolest place to be because it's near water. So okay. So I've been sent to Coventry. Yeah, I'm not quite in that regard, Dave. I know what you're thinking, but no. Right, what's next on the agenda for you then? So we've had those 2 now. Oh yes, the TVI calendar. Now I didn't speak about this in the Parish Notice Board just gone, but I did in the previous one. I kind of left it after that because I didn't really have anything to add to what I said. If you haven't heard me talk about this is basically how the calendar will work. So at the moment, as you know, I do a video of the month poll every month. I put it up on the first day of the month, and it runs all month. You get all month to vote on which video was your favorite in the month previous. I put one up a couple of days ago for July. It's in the group. So if you haven't seen that, go and vote. And really, it didn't have any meaning to it. It was really just a case of deciding which one was the best one every month, and that was basically it. And the 12 winners will then go through to like a final where we decide the best video of the year. But Nikki came up with this brilliant idea that the 12 winners could form a calendar. So if you take a still from each of these 12 videos, they could form the basis of a calendar. I'm sure you've seen this kind of thing before.
November, December pictures are going to have to be the previous
Yeah,
year,
yeah. The only problem with that is that the November and December pictures will have to be the previous year, otherwise it doesn't work. So that's the basic idea of it. Now I haven't looked into this really yet. In terms of how I get them made, how much it's going to cost and all that. And I have no idea how much to sell them for, because I would obviously sell them as a merchandise item, which at the minute I don't have much of, if I don't have any of. Having said that, there are still some Basset Law posters left, by the way, if you want one. I've still got a good handful of those left. So if you're after them, let me know. So yeah, that's the basic idea for the calendar. Now, this is where I kind of need your help, because I'm clueless with this kind of thing. Do any of you know any websites out there that can help me with this? Can that actually help me make a calendar? No.
Vistaprint.
I mean, yeah. Well, Nikki's just said Vistaprint. Now that's who I used for the Basset Law posters that I've just mentioned. They're quite expensive, to be honest with you. So if anyone out there has got any decent suggestions, Nikki's literally Googling right now as I say this. But if anyone's got any sort of ideas, that would be good. And how much would you buy them for? How much do you think they'd be worth? I mean, I don't want to overcharge people. I mean, like I said, I'm totally clueless for this kind of thing. Because me, quite frankly, when I'm behind that thing, I feel okay, but with everything else. Okay, so we have in America we have, is that Shutterfly, Nikki. Not heard of that one. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant idea. It's just a case of working out if it's financially viable. Is that £5, Jamie? I mean, that seems reasonable, but that's kind of the thing I would pitch it at. But it obviously depends on how much they cost to make. I don't know. It could be a lot more than that. I don't know. This is the kind of thing that we have to work out. I mean, obviously, it's got to be a reasonable sort of profit for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. So it kind of depends on how much they actually cost to make per unit. But I think £5 is probably about the level that most people would pay. I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe a little bit more, but not certainly not up into the £10 bracket. Then it's not worth it for you. Even though it is a unique piece of like merchandise, it's not worth a tenner, I don't think. So, I mean, £5 is what if I was a fan of someone doing something like this, I would probably pay a £5. Have you? Nikki's paid a tenner apparently for a calendar before. Really?
For a merch one for the.
What was that for?
Under the State of Mind, the Urban Exploration Calendar.
Oh, right. Okay. So, between 5 and 10 then. Between 5 and 10. If you want to know, by the way, which ones will be on the calendar if we do it this year, I can just go to the group. This is the advantage of being sat right in front of the laptop. I can do this. If I just go to the group, I can tell you who the winners have been up to now. Can't remember them all off the top of my head. So I'll just do a little search here for video of the month. See what comes up. So in Right, so the winners, these won't be in order. So in May, the winner was Curtin and Lindsay. In January, it was Featherstone, or Featherstone, shall we say, in Wakefield. That seems like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? In February, it was Clumber and Hardwick. That'll be a good picture if I find a decent still. It was a nice day in that video, so Clumber's always a lovely place, though, no matter what season. In April, it was Bishop Burton. In June, it was Thorpe Arch. That was a bit surprising, actually. I was surprised Thorpe Arch won that one.
It had me in it.
Nikki said yes. Yes, it did indeed have you in it, Nikki, yes. March, Misterton was the winner in that one. I think that's it. Yes, because the only other poll up there at the moment is the current one, the one for July. So those are your winners up to now. And actually, while I'm here, I can tell you who's winning that poll at the moment. If I just find it. So Arch, Misterton. Yeah, which I can't. Can't find it for some reason. That's interesting. Hold on. Should put one of those test cards up at this point, shouldn't I? Sorry, technical difficulties. I'll find it. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. So currently, the one that's leading the way is Caneby, believe it or not, which is really, really surprising. Caneby's that, if you're not from West Lindsey, that's the one that started on the roundabout, Caneby Corner roundabout, and it's the tiniest village ever. I'm really surprised that one's leading the way, to be honest with you, but at the moment it is. Who knows? Caneby Corner, Caneby, should I say? I imagine that's because people know Caneby Corner roundabout. Actually, they probably were attracted to that because the thumbnail is the Caneby Corner cafe thing on the corner next to the Monk's Arms Hotel. So, okay, Alice says free prints.
Hang on, I've got it on there.
Have you found free prints, Nikki?
I've got it on
Sean's just said Triple C. I assume that's another merchandise site, Sean. It really is just a case of finding which one does the best value for money, and then obviously pitch the sale of them according to how much they cost to make. So some good suggestions there. Anyway, I mean, obviously I've had 3 from you guys there. Obviously, Nikki said Vistaprint, but I know they're quite expensive. They obviously with the Bassett Law posters we made. So yeah, I will update you on that. I think next time to see if we've got any further with it, because I think it's the kind of idea that it really does need to be sort of followed through, because I think it'd be great to make something for you based on what I've done. It's like another facet to the channel, isn't it? Right. Let's move on to the next thing. And I've actually forgotten what the next thing is. Professional me, you know. Nikki's laughing at that. Right. Okay. Right. The next thing is details of the next 2, not just 1, 2 big trips away. Now, obviously, we've just been to the Midlands, Warwickshire, Leicestershire, Northamptonshire. We hit 3 counties all in one go. Now, the next trip is one that you already know about. A long time ago on the notice board, I did a very complicated, convoluted method, if you remember, to pick an area. It involved little bits of paper that I was pulling out of a hat and some pool balls and whatever else I could think of. I like things like that. I like making things complicated. That's just who I am. And long and short of it is, we ended up with Northumberland and Newbiggin by the sea. Now I've booked that trip, and it's going to be at the end of September. So we'll be going up to Northumberland. We'll be catching, obviously, Newbiggin will be the one we sort of centre our efforts on. But we are going up the road up to Lindisfarne. And for those of you who don't know what Lindisfarne is, I'm just going to let you wait for the episode. I mean, you could research it. It's definitely an unusual one. And actually, if you type Lindisfarne into Google Maps, it may bring up something else. So
it's Google search engine. You might end up with a pop group.
Yeah, Nikki's just said if you put it into a Google search engine, you might end up with a completely different thing entirely. You might end up with a band. So anyway, yeah, so we'll be doing Newbiggin. We'll go up to Lindisfarne. Like I said, it's got a different name. You might find that if you're not familiar with it. And I've also planned at the moment to do another 3, might be more, but obviously we're only up there for, I think it's 4 days in total. And Newbiggin's quite big, no pun intended. So that coupled with driving an hour, it's an hour up to Lindisfarne from there. You know, I haven't really got a chance to do much more than about 3 or 4, maybe 5 others. So I will update you basically on how that's going to go. But that's the plan for Northumberland. Now, the next trip after that, because obviously I said 2 trips, I want you guys to pick where I go. Now, you haven't done this since you voted for me to go to Burnley, which was eons ago.
Select this for November when I've got my last lot of annual leave.
Say that again, sweetheart.
Select
1
this
second.
for November when I've got my last bit of annual leave.
Okay, that's something I didn't know. So Nikki has just informed me that this trip after Northumberland will be in November, which is fine. I don't mind what it is, quite frankly. So I want you guys to pick where we go. And the way I want to do this is I want you guys to throw some suggestions at me in the comments. Basically, anywhere you think I should go. And then what we'll do in a moment, we'll have a little lottery. I'll write them all down. We'll pick one out of a hat, and that'll be where we go. So when I say places, best thing to do is to chuck counties at me. Don't throw individual places like I don't know, off the top of my head. Don't say something like Lichfield. I say Lichfield because I know Sean's in here. He lives in Lichfield. Don't say just Lichfield. Say the county. So if you want me to go to Lichfield, you'd say Staffordshire. Okay. So chuck some at me, but preferably ones that obviously we haven't seen before, and we'll go from there. So Staffordshire, that's in the hat. I'm going to have to write these down, like I said. Have you got a bit of paper, Nikki? No, you haven't. Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh, hang on. It's so fun having Nikki just sat right there. In fact, hold on a second. I'll show you.
I'll come over.
Oh, Nikki's going to come over. I was going to turn the camera around. Basically, I'm sat in front of the laptop with the webcam pointed at me, and Nikki's got a stitching literally just behind here.
I was on the sofa.
So here's Nikki.
Oh, Jesus.
Can you get over the wire?
Lift that camera up, you'll get my boobs. Hi!
There you go.
Pen and paper.
Pen and paper. Right, okay, so
That's for you.
that's for me. So at the moment we've got, oh, hello June, by the way, didn't see you come in. So we've got Staffordshire. We've got Essex there.
Yeah, Lancashire.
Again. Lancashire, right.
Kent.
Kent, yeah.
Shropshire.
Shropshire.
Cumbria.
Cumbria.
Lancashire coast as well. So
Lancashire
the coastal
coast.
area, because it's like White. No, that's Cumbria, Whitehaven, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, Chris, you say more Yorkshire.
How much more Yorkshire
How
do
much
you
do you
want?
want? It's funny because South Yorkshire is nearly complete. There's one left in South Yorkshire that I haven't been to yet. That's Bradfield. West Yorkshire obviously is well underway. The East Riding is well underway. So Northeast Newcastle, that's Tyne and Wear. That is. So Tyne and Wear. So at the minute we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 at the moment.
Put them into one of them random commentary jobs, won't you?
Now what I'll do is I'll
put them into a random commentary job. Make it fun. You can do it on my tablet.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Do you want to set that up then?
Don't know why he's arguing with me, guys. Do you?
This honestly, this is the kind of fun we have when we're out with the camera. There's stuff you don't see. Trust me. Teesside, so that's North Yorkshire. That Jamie. So I'll put North Yorkshire in. Not much down south here.
I don't know. You've got Essex. You got Kent.
Well, yes, there's Essex and Kent, but most of this is still what I would class as northern. Now,
South of Watford, people.
It depends where you want to put the north-south divide. Now, I actually read an article a few years ago which basically it put the north-south divide at a slant from the Severn Estuary up to the Wash, which I think is about right, because obviously that puts places like Cambridgeshire in the south. What? Barnsley. Barnsley's been done. How much more Barnsley do you want? Yeah, so it put the north-south divide from the Severn Estuary up to the Wash. So it put places like Cambridgeshire in the south, but yet Herefordshire was in the north. So the word, I didn't quite agree with it, but it looked kind of right. And then there was another one that I read a couple of years after that, which put Lincoln, get this, it put Lincoln in the south. You can guarantee I was not happy about that. Yeah, I am a northerner, end of.
There's also the Greggs versus Pret map.
Yeah, did you hear that? The Greggs versus Pret map. Greggs up north, Pret down south. Greggs every time, by the way.
Oxfordshire.
Okay,
Dorset.
Oxfordshire, Dorset. Okay, Dorset, Gloucestershire.
Go and see some royalty in Gloucestershire.
Well, you can see royalty in plenty of places. Right, I think to be honest, we've got enough there. I think I've got, what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11. Yeah, that's probably enough. So Nikki is now going to work her magic, and we will.
I'm going to hand you my phone.
Oh, you can let me do it. Okay, that's something, isn't it?
No, it's lucky for the people that they cannot see the hand signals if they're coming out.
Well, I could turn the camera around.
No, you can't. Random comments.
So we've got 11 counties, so it's going to be one of those. Ignore my writing because it's terrible. One of those then will be where we go. I have a favourite in this, I have to tell you, but I'll tell you what it was after we've picked one, because otherwise it would make it seem like it's fixed.
Okay, well, you carry on talking to the lovely people. I'll.
Right, Nikki's going to go and set that up. So it's going to be one of those 11 counties. Just a question of which one, really. Once we've got a county, I'll then do the rest. I'll pick an area within said county to head for. I think that's the way to do it.
With some input from me.
With some input from you.
Yeah.
Okay. At least Nikki then gets involved, eh? Nikki is quite involved anyway. I mean, you'll have seen from a lot of the recent episodes that Nikki's been in how hands-on Nikki is becoming in these videos. I tell you, Nikki is the brains of the operation quite a lot of the time. It was up to her, obviously, to do the TVI Pounds thing, which we still haven't got a decent name for. I still don't think
TVI Pounds will do.
I know, but I still don't think it's a name that should stick. I think it should be renamed to something else, but that's just my opinion. Lindisfarne sounds like I can't read that, John. Lisdoonvarna, famous place in Ireland famed for matchmaking festival. Do you actually know what Lindisfarne is, Job? I'm sure people in here do know what it is, and it's extremely unique. There's no other place like it in the country. If there is, I don't know it. Put it that way. Nikki wants to make sure Rachel says you need a good holiday somewhere nice.
Well, I'm getting...
Go on, you can tell her.
All right, so my holidays at the moment are going on trips like, well, I don't know, Leicestershire in a travel lodge. It was the height of romance.
You enjoyed it.
I was hot.
So was I.
Oh my goodness.
You've been to Lindisfarne, Rachel. That's good. It's honestly, it's going to be one of those videos that's either going to make or break the channel. I'll tell you.
There you go.
Right. Okay. So we have
this picture to the screen.
So we have one of these picker wheels. This is on Nikki's phone. I don't know whether you've seen this kind of thing before, but all the counties you've just thrown at me are on this picker wheel. Okay, there are 11 of them.
The list is there at the bottom.
You probably can't see it very well, but they're all there anyway.
There.
They're all there. Guarantee there's no foul play here. One of these shall be picked.
Tap to spin.
So yeah, simple enough. We just press the button and it spins. It spins the wheel, and then we'll find out which one we're going to. Here we go. I know which one I'm rooting for, but if it doesn't come out, it doesn't matter.
So the people can see.
Ah!
Turn it round so the people can see.
Right, we have a winner. Staffordshire. Sean, you've got your wish. Staffordshire. Right. Okay. Staffordshire. So we're going to the Midlands again then.
Now, I quite approve of that. Staffordshire, it's the home of the potteries. So it's the history. I like that.
Shan't see much of Stoke-on-Trent though, because obviously it's a non-parish area.
Yeah, but it's not just in Stoke, is it?
You think Staffordshire, the first place you think of is Stoke usually.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about Stoke. I'm thinking of the potteries. I know that that's probably an area of Stoke which is called the potteries, but I'm thinking that potteries can't just be in Stoke. They've got to be all around the county, haven't they?
Yeah, they are all around the county. Yeah, so
I'll get my way.
So now, obviously, I've got to decide where in Staffordshire. Now, I haven't touched Staffordshire at all yet. Oh, what are you doing, Nikki?
I am making sure that this does not fall off.
I told you, it's a professional operation, this.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back to normal. Right, okay, so Staffordshire. So we've got places to think of here. We've got places like, obviously, Lichfield, where Sean lives. We've got Newcastle under Lyme. We've got Stafford itself. Tamworth. Off the top of my head, those are the only sort of major places I can think of. Staffordshire Moorlands, though, is probably one of my favourite areas of the country, all told, because it's absolutely beautiful. As to where we go, I don't know, but yeah, it will be somewhere in Staffordshire. So thank you very much, people, for helping me with that. I will update you as to which bit of the county I choose. Okay, so we're into the last piece of this month's meeting, and this is just basically a general chat. So if there's anything else you want to throw at us, anything else you want to talk about or anything like that, now is the chance to go for it. Now's the chance to go for it.
Ask us anything.
Ask us anything. Ask away. We're here for another 10 minutes because at 8 o'clock I'll be heading for the bath, just like I was last time. So, yep. Oh, I think our Lauren's coming to join us as well. Do you want to say hello, Lauren?
Let's get round where I'm stood then.
There we go.
Hello.
There you go. There's our Lauren.
Do you think she's like me?
Possibly.
Oh, you're at my boobs again.
Well, you know, I mean, I wouldn't want to say it, but
why don't you stand up here, so
actually, yeah, I think I will.
Both of us.
Yeah. Oh, a bit close to the camera. There we go. Yep. So, anything else you want to talk about? Now's your chance.
Still going to redesign the TVI logo? Possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Victoria's been on about doing it for a while, but hasn't actually done it yet, and it's becoming less and less likely now because I don't know whether you know,
she's got a job.
Yeah, Victoria's now got a job. I don't speak much about Victoria on the channel. I know you've seen Lauren and Hannah before. Victoria made an appearance in today's video, in the Summer Leighton video, but obviously you didn't see much of her because I was asked to blur her face out.
Yeah, she's camera shy.
Very camera shy.
She's not like me. Not a mother's daughter, not at all.
So I don't talk much about her. It's not because I don't like her or anything like that. It's just there's never usually an opportunity to. So yeah, Victoria's quite a talented artist, and it was meant to be that the TVI logo would be redesigned. I would then get a new high vis with that logo on and give the old one away. I still want to do that. I still want to give the old one away and get a new one, but it really just depends on how, how Victoria's job goes at the moment.
And her time as well.
Yeah, because
Victoria's
18, and quite frankly,
doing an 18-year-old's thing, isn't she?
Yeah. So I don't want to put too much pressure on her, especially not now, with the job and that.
Jamie, favourite place you've been to recently? Well, for me, it's going to be one that's not out yet, and that's Brighton.
But Brighton is coming soon.
Yeah, Brighton's been my favourite one. Certainly, the I've been in, Brighton is top of the list, closely followed by No, not Sturton, is it? The one that we went to.
Oh, Stretton-under-Foss. Stretton-under-Foss. That's in Warwickshire. That's one of the Warwickshire episodes that's coming out soon.
Yes, Sean, ice cream, absolutely.
Yes, we did sample the ice cream. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with me going to school in Gainsborough, I know Brighton quite well. I have friends in Brighton. So I've been to the ice cream parlour before, so I knew what to expect. But Nikki had never been. And
bacon butter was really good.
It certainly was one of her favourites.
Dave, shh, don't tell her.
Tell who?
Read the comment.
Can't even see the comment. Oh, yes, you could see her. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Castles in the area can cover the history in depth. Well, they could potentially, make a tale from the Village Green or beyond the boundary. So,
are you thinking of any castle in particular, or is it just generally, when I hit a castle? Because don't forget, some castles I come to aren't actually castles; they're just mounds.
Earthwork.
Yeah, I mean, there's one. The video I was working on just before I started today's stream, that's got not just one, but it's got 2 castle mounds in it, believe it or not. And they're literally just mounds of earth, but actual stone castles. I haven't seen many of them.
But the in-depth stuff is definitely something for the Village Green or the Beyond the Boundaries kind of stuff, because the videos are just like a main overview, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah. That was the whole point of the thing when I started this.
June, if you can get to Brighton, honestly, you'd love it. I was just like blown away, and when you see the video, you'll see why I was blown away.
Yeah, the thing Nikki's referring to is not anything to do with the ice cream parlour. It's something else.
No, because I'm not a big fan of ice cream.
Well, no, but I mean, I had one, and all I'm going to say to you is that the shots that came directly after that we'd been to the ice cream parlour, my teeth turned a different colour. Please don't
enjoying the
laugh at me for that.
Are you doing Sherburn and Elmet at some point?
Sherburn and Elmet has literally just been visited. The video is edited and it is ready to release in, I think it's 4 weeks' time now. I think that's when it comes out.
So the more famous castles with royal ties in business. You are speaking my language. More famous with royal ties and visit.
So we're talking my language. We're talking ones like Windsor, then, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, even in Rotherham, where we live, we actually have something that's a bit of a rarity. There's only 2 or 3 of them in the country, and that's a chapel on a bridge.
Yeah.
And the history of it is that Mary Queen of Scots was actually held in there, so that might be something you can do with Beyond the Boundary or something.
Yeah, it's just, and that's simple enough, just a nip downtown for that. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, I know Dave's in here; he's from Rotherham. But if anybody else from Rotherham, you're bound to know the chapel on the bridge. If you're not from Rotherham, then obviously I can tell you a bit about that.
Easington, Jamie. Yes, we'll be doing Easington.
Yeah, we'll be doing Easington.
We've had a flying visit through there, and it's quite a pretty little place. But when we went there, it was chucking it down.
Yeah,
We
can't predict the weather. But that's just how it is. Okay, I think we're about there for this month, guys. We're almost at the hour mark, which means it's Angel's saying a quick hello. Hello, Angel.
Right, come on.
Yeah. Honestly, you try and do these things. I don't know what's worse, kids or animals. Anyway, thanks very much for being a part of this yet again, guys. It's great that you want to come into our living room and share an hour with us, talking about what the channel's doing and where it's going. And I'm kind of a bit blown away that there's nearly 5,000 people now who have subscribed to TVI. We're nearly there, and obviously I've been pushing it like these last couple of weeks like crazy so that I can show you the 5,000 sub special, and it's actually becoming a reality now that video is going to hit your screens sooner rather than later.
Yes, because when we were last out in North Lincolnshire, I want to say, there was kind of a memory as we were walking around, because you could hear it, couldn't you? You could hear the elements of that video.
Yeah, we could hear something in the sky, which I'm sure you know
by now. We could hear the elements of it. You
could hear, and it was good because it was such a unique experience, and it's if you've never been doing that kind of thing before, I strongly recommend it. So
you have to wait until the video comes out and see how
it won't be long. It won't be long. Anyway, it's time for us to go. So once again, thanks for joining us, and I will see you next month on the first Monday of the month. I know it was Wednesday this time, but I had to change it. Not my fault. But we will be back to Monday next time in September. So we'll see you all then. Thanks for coming. Cheers, guys. Thanks for your input. See you later. I'm out.